Hey all, it's day 13 of my Dating Myself challenge. And my Dating Myself task for the day is actually something that is directly related to reducing my binge eating behavior as well. And that task is naming and mirroring my feelings and needs throughout the day. And this is a task that really requires an incredible amount of mindfulness and patience. And the reason why it is related to both my dating myself journey and recovering from binge eating disorder is this. Let's start with the relationship factor, since this is a dating myself challenge. One of the things that I find that I always need when it comes to an intimate partner is somebody, where it's safe to disclose my vulnerabilities with, and check in with them and get support. I have to admit that over the years, I've done a pretty bad job at doing that for myself. I can probably count the times on both fingers for my whole 36 years of existence. I've really slowed down and checked in with myself and be like, how are you feeling? And what do you need? What kind of support that you need? And the fact that I'm even exploring how I can give this to myself is like revolutionary. Even this morning, I didn't sleep too well last night. I woke up feeling so tired. And immediately after choosing that self-dating mantra for today, I asked myself, well, first I mirrored, you're tired. You're tired, Ash. What do you need? Can't roll over and go back to sleep because I need to start the day. Put on some energy boosting music in the morning and was like, you know what, right now, let's try to give you as much energy as possible so you can transition into the day without feeling like you would rather be in bed. And you know what, that's not gonna work like magic every time, but the point is that I mirrored it, right? I saw it. I said to that little girl inside of me, honey, you're tired. I see you and I hear you. And even if I wasn't able to kind of come up with that solution of let's listen to some upbeat music, I saw myself, and I mirrored it, and that's so powerful. And that is absolutely related to the binge eating behavior too, because so many, so many of my binges, I would even say the majority of them took place because I was trying to fill some kind of emotional need with the security that food gave me. Just like with relationships, there was even in my marriage, which was, even though it didn't work out as a whole, healthier than all of my other relationships. Even with that, there was still this need of like wanting to be taken care of, that I was subconsciously trying to fulfill. And being able to mirror myself and see that little girl, no matter what she's asking for, and be like, honey, what do you need? Or I skipped, not even going that far ahead. Eventually saying, honey, what do you need? But just saying, I hear you and I see you. And the Warrior's Gotcha. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Warrior, read The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz or The Mastery of Love. He basically talks about how there is like a parasite in our brain, right, that views life the way, he uses the words the judge and the victim do, right? So that's where a lot of our more childlike, vulnerable responses come from, and the warrior is the more mature, more evolved part of our brain and part of our soul that is called a warrior because its purpose is to be constantly vigilant so it can manage the judge and the victim and the parasite and not have them run the show. And that is why I am the urge warrioress, because this is what my whole thing is about, being vigilant against these urges to get my unconscious needs met by somebody else or from a substance. And this idea, which I actually got, the idea for mirroring my feelings and emotions came from a great book I'm reading. It's called Conscious Uncoupling by Catherine Woodward Thomas. And it just has so many amazing suggestions that I'm going to add to my mantra wall for, self-love in the time of relationship transition. So great post-separation read for those going through a divorce. Just great, all in all, great suggestions for self-care. So I appreciate you all tuning into me for day 13. Definitely, a useful activity for today. And I look forward to connecting with you all tomorrow for day 14. Thank you. Have a good Tuesday, everyone.